Hi guys, and welcome back to our first lockdown video since the last lockdown in May. Now we're in the third lockdown in January. I don't know, it's a lot of lockdowns. Basically, we are back in the UK. If you haven't watched our recent videos, stuck in a sort of lockdown. We're looking for a way to get out as soon as possible, but it looks as if most countries have banned the UK because we have a new strain of coronavirus. So we thought, rather than just doing it, we did quite a lot of lockdown videos in May, and we don't want to do too many of them if possible, and that was sort of like going around the house, going to the shops, walking the dogs. We can only show you that so many times, so we thought we'd sort of like have a chat of how things stand while making probably the most famous food in all of the Balkans, and that was the last travel series that we did, and that is burek. We had a lot of you send us recipes of how to make it. I've had a couple of goes before. We wanted a little bit of practice before we did this. Like me cooking in a kitchen is never very good. I'll probably just be standing here watching Molly cook with you. We're gonna try and make burek the most famous, I would say possibly the most famous food in the Balkans. See how this goes.
We have found loads of recipes and slightly adapted it. As Matt said, we have tried it a couple of times because we needed our practice, and we've kind of made it a Balkan / British burek, and I think that's what makes it so good.
So we've got the puff pastry. This is essential. Apparently it's the wrong one, but it will do. We have the feta cheese, the closest to the cheeses that you'll find in the Balkans. This is where we mix it up. Look, a bit of German salami. We said English, maybe more German. We have some Italian salami. We have some Gouda, and we have some cottage cheese. Basically, I feel like this should be me filming you, because I'm not cooking.
No.
I'm observing.
You are observing, but I need you for the taste test, so that is the most important part. We don't actually have chili flakes, and not that we have had that many spicy bureks, but we found that it changed it up a slight bit. Everything else is pretty much the same. I think that's everything. Garlic, paprika, black pepper, oh, and salt. Is there anything else that we put in it?
I have no clue.
I think that's about it. So to start with, I need to cut up some onion, because you've got to have some onion in there, and get that fried with the garlic, salami, and potatoes, because the type of burek recipe that we got given, which we thought sounded the best and most similar to what we liked when we were in, I think it was Albania when we had our best one. It did actually have potatoes in it, so I need to chop up some potatoes, chop up some onion, cook the potatoes, cook the onion before we can even start the filling for the burek. So the onion is chopped, it's in the wok with olive oil. We're using a wok. I don't know what you're supposed to use. We're also not going to be cooking with the correct utensil. Would you say it's a utensil? The correct things.
And how well did I get the wok out for you?
Really? That's your only job?
That is my job.
Right, and then
I'm not even going to eat that much.
Yeah, I know, because you're on your special diet. But I will eat it, and now I've got to cut the potatoes. Actually, I should probably wash them first. This is the problem. Our potatoes, look at how they're so dirty and big.
What a dirty potato. Dirty
potato, but we'll just quickly wash them. How many do you reckon I should do?
There is actually so much prep that goes into making these bureks, and I do feel like I'm just in the way a little bit. Molly doesn't trust me in the kitchen, doesn't trust me with the knives because I might cut my finger. I pretty much shouldn't be in this video, I'm just in the way.
You're my filmer.
I'm basically the cameraman today. So we're putting
potatoes, salami.
No, into the what?
Oh no, the potatoes have to be cooked first.
Oh, you cook the potato. Okay, cook the potatoes first, then the potatoes
soft.
Go into the. We want some soft potatoes around here. I don't like being trusted. Little spoon? Big spoon?
Yeah, little spoon.
Okay, so I'm putting some garlic in with the onions.
1 spoonful.
Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, it's strong.
Have you managed it?
1 spoonful. Lid back on. Put it in the wash.
Yeah.
Wash. Turn it on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is even a hard task. Done the wrong one.
You're cooking on gas.
Look at that. Look at the arm movement.
You just missed my joke.
Cooking on gas. Right, what am I putting in next?
Right, now we've got to go with the spices. So we have cayenne pepper, hot paprika, a little bit of parsley and some black pepper. Are you ready? This is big test.
Right, so the cayenne chili pepper. Oh, I want a bit of spice.
That was Matt's only input, but he's done quite well. If only you could smell how it smells in here. We often say that we wish it was like smell-o-vision, so that you could smell what we're cooking, but in here it smells so good. Matt's not going to be coming back into the kitchen until it's time to make the cheese filling, because we've got to wait for the potatoes to cook, and I've also got to chop up some salami, get that ready to be fried with the onions and the garlic and the spices. So we have two types of salami in there with the onions and garlic. They look so good. Just gonna wait for them to brown off. And, oh no, the potatoes are bubbling over. They are nearly cooked, and then when that's done, Matt can come back in the kitchen. Oh my God, look at this. It smells so good.
I've been allowed back in the kitchen. This is basically the only job I can really do or be trusted with, and that is crumbling the cheese. First gonna get, is that feta?
Yeah.
Feta. I'm gonna put your feta in. Isn't feta Greek? This is a really multicultural burek. We don't discriminate here on the channel.
Yeah, but then also we have Gouda, which is the Netherlands. As we said, we've made it how it tasted really good to us, but the main ingredients are cottage cheese, feta. And loads of spices.
So whack your feta in, gonna then crush up the feta. So just make it into like, I feel like I'm an expert.
Oh, you master chef?
No, far from that. And then make it into like really small crumbly bits so it's gonna fit within your burek. And then from doing that, you're gonna add the other cheeses.
This just looks exactly like all the bureks that we've had, but we're just making it.
What is the name of their cheese? In the Balkans, let us know. I presume it varies from country to country, but what is the name of the cheese in the filling? I know, for instance, in Albania, it was quite bitter.
Yeah.
In Macedonia, it was actually really salty. So
yeah.
I don't know if they use different cheeses in different countries. For the
we
burek.
actually can't get Albanian or Macedonian cheese here, or Kosovan style cheese. We have tried. So the closest texture and taste
We've been
feta.
told it's feta. Last thing I'm adding is the mozzarella. So we've got like 4 types of cheeses in here. This is literally really easy. To get as close to the burek as possible, just get, basically, because I don't do the cheese, just get as many different cheeses as you can and hope one of them tastes a little bit like it.
It is because the cheese is not that strong in the UK, is it? That style of cheese, so we've had to
you have to go to a
adapt
farm
it.
and get some fresh
cheese.
Fresh cheese. But yeah, just mash it all up. It doesn't look too appetising when it's all mashed up in here, but once it's in the burek, it does actually taste really, really good.
So the salami, as you can see, is browned. Look at that. And the potatoes are cooked. I'm leaving them in there to soften it even more because we want them really smushy. And now Matt needs to season our cheese.
Right, pepper. God, that's hard to.
The dogs are choking.
I think the dog's nearly being sick because they've had a little bit of our cooking. Right, so pepper, hot paprika again. We haven't put garlic in here, will we?
No, and then some salt.
Some chili, cayenne pepper. It's going all over me. I can't believe the dog's are joking.
I hope it's not too spicy.
That was a lot, wasn't it? And then some pink, I love this stuff, pink rock salt. And then again, I love talking like I'm professional. We're gonna mash that all up.
This is another reason why I don't let Matt... Oh my God, Matt, you've just flicked it everywhere. Look, you've got paprika all over your top and you flicked cheese everywhere. This is the reason why Matt does not come in the kitchen.
I'm meant to be like exercising after this as well, and I'm gonna have to get changed because I'm gonna look like an idiot walking around with paprika all over me.
But how's it smelling? How's it looking?
It looks horrible, but it does actually smell really nice. We do actually have a little crowd. These two would love some burek. Can you smell it on my hands? You won't like that. This is the best thing about lockdown, spending time with these two.
So potatoes have been added, the salami has been added to Matt's perfectly mixed cheese mixture.
That's essentially the filling, right?
This is our filling of the burek. So
this is not like it would be.
the one that we got given, the burek recipe, had some sort of meat in it, but we thought that the salami would be really, really nice in it, and it is.
It actually looks so unappetizing, but it does taste good.
The very last task of the day is to roll out the pastry. We don't actually have a rolling pin, so guess what we're having to use?
What better than a half-drunk bottle of raki? That's what does it actually say? Fucking pass it here, Zach.
Yeah.
There you go. This is a Carl Agega. We got this at the Kosovan airport.
Kosovo's finest raki.
There we go. And it actually has the pears in there.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Really nice flavours. The rolling pin.
That is all the steps done. I've rolled out the pastry with the raki bottle. Great help. I did disinfect it first. I have laid one layer down, I've filled it up, I've put another layer on top, and I've milk washed it so that it gets that like crispy glaze. And I've spilt flour all down me.
You are covered.
There's
and
a
the
huge
last
mess.
step.
The last step is putting it in the oven.
Five.
We're
Well,
cooked.
we now have how long?
Oh, I didn't check. I think it's around 20 minutes. That's the worst part of cooking.
Waiting for it to cook.
And we can just sit and watch it though. Watch the pastry puff up. Wow, that looks
Was that 20 minutes?
amazing. It was around 20 minutes, but you can see the pastry is crisping up. Oh my
looks
God,
so
my
good.
mouth is watering. You can smell, it smells like the burek sauce, BYREK. That's what it is, isn't it? BYREK.
And we have our plated burek. It doesn't look quite like it should.
It's a little bit moister than normal, however that's just because we changed it up a bit, but it smells so good.
It smells really, really good. We have actually made it 3 times, and this is probably like the least aesthetically pleasing it has been. But burek comes in all different shapes and sizes. We've had them in squares, we've had like long ones in Macedonia.
Triangles.
So it's not always about what is on the outside, it is about what is in the inside.
And also just to let you know, this was the wrong pastry. So if we'd had the correct pastry, then it would have looked better.
I'm trying this pastry. Is it good?
Oh my God, that's so spicy. It has the same consistency.
See, it's like a little bit wetter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that steam.
It's the same consistency as normal. You get the cottage cheese.
Oh, it's really good.
Salty. Really, really salty
Bit
from
smoky
the
because
feta.
of the salami.
Smoky because of the salami.
But it's really, really good. This is how you make a burek. We thought we'd change it up a little bit today.
It's
a little bit spicy. I put way too much paprika. But yeah, something a little bit different rather than just a lockdown video that we've done before. I don't think there'll be any more cooking videos.
Depends.
Depends. We haven't got too long left. We have actually booking our flight today.
Yeah.
We're booking our flight today, so spicy. So hopefully in about 10 days time we'll be back on the road travelling. We're just hoping restrictions don't change in the UK. There's some crazy ones coming out today. There's talk of us only being able to leave our house once a week. Just crazy things. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. We don't want the airports to close.
You can't work from home with...
It's not just the vlogs.
Yeah.
We actually work with businesses while away, so
that's why
we're lucky enough to do that now. We can't do that at home, and we'll be on literally zero money. We wouldn't be able to get furloughed.
No, we're self-employed, so you don't get furloughed and you don't get any access to any benefits at all. So
we need to get back on.
We do need to get back on
as soon as possible.
So stick with us.
Eat your burek. Hopefully it looks a little bit better than that.
Oh no, honestly, it's really, really good. The best breakfast, lunch, or snack, or dinner
definitely
that you can make.
100%. If you're in the Balkans, you're going to eat this for anything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we will see you soon, probably with an update of where we're going next.